All right. Wait. All right. We're at the house, and I'm about to show you guys what's been going on in C Garage. Okay, so you guys gotta forgive me. I know, missed a whole bunch of stuff. Starting in tank number 1, we have some Polyptera senegalis and a black ghost knife fish. I can't see anybody right now, but yeah, these are my dinosaurs. I'm probably gonna move these guys in the house so I can move the white skirt tetras up here. Coming down low, we have some white cloud minnows. Now this is my first set of these guys. Knock on wood, I haven't lost any. Thankfully, I haven't lost a single white cloud minnow. As small as these guys are, as delicate as they are, everyone is still here. Thank goodness. Coming down, these are my pearl scale cichlids, or scientifically the Heracinthus cichlid. They look like Jack Dempsey's right now, but when they get bigger and they actually start gaining, you know, some size and color, they are really, really beautiful. I just set this driftwood in there like 2 days ago. It is actually starting to mold. I don't know if you can see that white cloud on it, but yeah, that's driftwood mold. I'm just gonna put a Placo in there and they'll take care of that. Moving up here to the top right, I have a bunch of Ember tetras along with Julii corridoras. Now remember guys, I was saying I lost like 2 dozen of these guys when I was trying to put them in my 7.5 gallon shrimp tank, the Aqueon Cube. It didn't work out for me. I was gonna go back and put Eco Complete in there. I actually had some of these guys split up in one of my 5.5 gallon beta tanks, but I netted everyone out and I put them in here. And of course they are terrified right now. So the only thing I can do is just get everyone to shoot to the opposite side, and there they are. Coming down, I got a few red harlequin rasboras. Oh no, that was a red skirt tetra. He just died. Dang it, man. That actually wasn't even mine. That was my brother-in-law's. Sorry about that, Smooth. I gotta get that fish out. Red harlequin rasboras and my emerald corridors that I have had since 2015. These are some of the hardiest fish ever. If there are any fish that I recommend that anybody keeping, emerald and spotted corridoras. Perfect bottom feeder slash bottom cleaner. Coming down low once again, I have more Pristella tetras. My Geophagus cichlids used to be in this tank, but due to them gaining size and whatnot, I moved them to the 125 in the house. So that just opened up this tank, and yeah, I put Pristella tetras in here. I added this driftwood the same day as I added that one to that tank. Haven't spotted any mold. However, this driftwood sat in the tank with some Placo, so I believe they've already done their thing to it. Coming up and over. Now, I was supposed to make a video on this tank like 2 years ago, or whenever I started my channel. I was supposed to keep you guys updated with this, but I once again failed to do so. I used to have my Niso tank right here, but I moved this 20 high. I got my Cardinal tetras in here, along with some Coolie Loaches, the Pygmy Chainsword. I want to say, or Dorset. I want to say this Pygmy Chainsword. It's pretty much tried to carpet across. There's no special substrate in here, no fertilizers, no special light. As you can see, my Rotala indica is definitely wilting, withering, pretty much not doing so well. It used to be really, really thick and lush, but it no longer is. So I'm probably just gonna up the light on this tank one of these days. I'm gonna go back and redo this whole thing and actually put Eco Complete in there. Whew. Getting over to this 55. Okay, so I recently did a water change on this tank. I am running, I forgot what model Phoenix this is, but this light is so bright, it pretty much just feeds the algae constantly. You can see there's a layer, I don't know if I'll focus, there's a layer of algae on that glass from where the bubbles pop and hit the top. But this Oscar came with the 125 that's at the office, and it was like a little bitty something, maybe like that big. His previous owner had this Oscar in a 125 gallon tank with no heaters, no light, was feeding it oversized pellets, and pretty much the Oscar was doomed. And granted, as greedy as the Oscar is, as mean as this Oscar is, yeah, it's really shy. That's why I just took off behind the plant. And this used to stand up, but in the process of me trying to siphon out all the Placo poop at the bottom, I knocked it over, and I had to set it back up on top of me trying to waterlog more driftwood in here, because me and my buddy Emmanuel came up on a bunch of driftwood not too long ago. Ain't that right, buddy?
Yeah.
All right, down low, I got some minnows from my local bait shop. Now, I kept these guys because I feed them to Bowser, but when he eats too many, you know, the others tend to die, fall off, or if they do get attacked, they'll be stressed out, they'll die. So the ones that you see swimming around in here are these survivors. I keep them in here with this driftwood, so the tannins make the water brown. They'll feel a lot more comfortable, and there's a lot, you know, less vision there. Also too, I heard tannins are really good with antifungal stuff, even considering it's wood and it has fungus on it. But you know, hey, it is what it is. I think I've only pulled 3 out in the past 2 weeks, which is actually good for bait shop minnows. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on, you know, keeping these guys and waterlogging this wood along with that stuff. Over here is the other 55 that has been here. Oh, I never turned the filter back on. That's why the water's cloudy. Dang it, man. All right, I'm gonna roll some other footage on when this thing was pure and pristine. So my Dojo Loach is in here. I had him, this Dojo Loach, I can't remember. I probably had him for maybe 2 years now. I moved my gourami out from the 125 in the house because the dinosaurs, the ropefish, and the pike cichlids were getting really aggressive. Not towards him, but just aggressive in general, and I was concerned about him. The rosy neon barbs, I probably started out with like 25 or 30, and now I only have, what, maybe a solid dozen. It's crazy. It's nerve-wracking. It's another one of those things, man. They're nice fish, but if the quality isn't there and you are not doing what you're supposed to do, you will definitely lose them. The Siamese algae eaters definitely did an awesome job. I don't know if you guys remember when this tank in particular used to sit down there beneath this tank, and that piece of wood there was covered in blackbeard algae. It is no longer that. Siamese algae eaters love blackbeard algae. They're kind of searching for it now. And down here, I got a few turtles. Got a red ear slider and some musk turtles. And they're just chilling. I took the lid off this thing completely because it was broken, but they are definitely chilling. I think he's actually getting used to people, and that's why he's like sticking his head out looking for food. But yeah, folks, that is what's going on here at the KS Lab. Big things to come in the near future. I really hope you guys stay tuned and like are keeping up with everything. I really apologize for not getting more content out, but I'm gonna do better. I always say that, but I promise I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna take you guys in the house, so let's go. Alrighty, so coming in, first and foremost, the chirping you hear comes from these crickets in my scorpion tank. Yes, I have scorpions. I have 5 emperor scorpions, and I'm actually trying to get, well, a better view of these dang crickets. You guys can actually see their little backs flutter, or their legs. Yep, that's that chirping, their little wings, I meant. That's what's going on in there. But yeah, guys, I have emperor scorpions. Oh, somebody made an appearance. Cool, I actually thought they weren't gonna show today, but yeah, that's 1 out of 5 right there. And there's also another, you can kind of see the claw in that hole right there. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna make a video separate because I know everyone does not like scorpions. But getting back to the tanks, Shame on me because my favorite better bowl has gone to complete crap. Like, I'm surprised he can still see in here. I took out all the pygmy chain swords and I planted dwarf hair grass, thinking it would fill out and carpet out, looking to be really, really nice. But turns out this tank just bloomed with algae and this is where it stands. I mean, look at that film. Oh, the bowl is actually stuck to the banister. I can't even rotate it. Oh, wow. But yeah, man, look at that. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm gonna fix that as soon as possible. And as far as this one hasn't even been up as long as that one there. But for some odd reason, I can't even call it an odd reason. Well, the light is not on a timer. It comes with a timer, but it's not the best of timers. There's actually a power button, a 3, 6, and 12-hour button, and a brightness button, but it doesn't let you set the actual time. Therefore, if you don't turn it on at 12 o'clock, or I'm sorry, whatever time you want your light to turn on in 12-hour increments, it's gonna come on. I mean, it won't come on. Whatever, screw it. The light isn't all that good. I mean, it puts out good light, but as far as its timer capabilities, it's not all that. But I set this up maybe like 2 months ago, and it's already looking like this. I mean, I hate to say it. I'm gonna throw in another picture of what it used to look like, but yeah, there's the other side of my mag float in there. I only put that there, sorry guys, to knock off all of this algae so we can actually see inside of this tank. It's pretty bad. It's like that scene from Finding Nemo on the other side where, yeah, this thing was like that all the way around. No bueno. I got to do better, people. Alrighty, getting in here to when you first come in the house from the front side. Here is the 55 that I moved over however many months ago. We moved the 125 in. And this is where my community stands today. I do not know how many neon tetras I have in here. I was aiming to have about 50 to 60, maybe 75, but it just didn't work out like that for me. I ended up having like about 30 of them die off. Yeah. I ended up having about 30 neon tetras die off, unfortunately. So what you see here today is what I have left over. I mean, it's perfectly fine, even though I wanted to have a full tank of them, but like I said, it's cool. This Rotala indica has finally taken good root and started to like really, really grow. That piece up there is probably the tallest piece since I last cut it. I need to stand that one there up, but it's actually doing well. I was concerned because as it gets taller, it usually, the leaves, they spread out, but they start getting really, really, you know, slim, or they start losing lower leaves. Rotala indica, like the taller it gets, the lower leaves starts to get smaller or pretty much just fall off because they're not getting enough light. But these, however, are doing really, really well. If you look at those lower leaves, they are still even at the bottom and they're still full, versus the ones outside in my 20 high aren't doing all that great with the cardinal tetras. I'm going out of focus. But overall, I really, really enjoy this tank. This is one of my favorites, or probably my #1 favorite, simply because it's a community, a planted community at that. I wish I could have more Java fern up on the top of this spiderwood, but my Siamese algae eaters pretty much pick through it and make sure black bear algae doesn't build up in it, but in that process they eat it and trim it down to pretty much nothing but a vine. There's actually almost nothing there. That used to be full. That is, you know, that right there and everything else, but as you can see, they pulled it down, and I gotta get another sponge filter back in here to go over my intake because that happens. Oops. So yeah. Out of focus again. Going over to the 125-gallon tank. Now this beauty here had a strawberry pot in it. I had a huge Amazon sword plant in it. Only problem is the brown algae that was building on the plant, I could not get it off. I didn't want to put plecos in here because they attack the dinosaur fish, or the bashirs. I'm sorry. The plecos attack the bashirs for their slime coat, and they ended up having these sore spots, or I've had one actually have like a super serious sore. But I moved the geophagus cichlids in here, and they're doing really, really well. I'm trying to get an angle where I can actually see their, that color. Yep, there it is. If I can get the right angle. I haven't had too many problems in this tank, except for this one geophagus right here. Looked like he might have been in the way or got caught in the crossfire when it was feeding time. He has that little scrape on his head. But other than that, everyone in this tank is fine. The pike cichlids, the ropefish, the bashirs, the ornates, the, shoot, what else I got? Yeah, that's it. I took the gourami out and put that in the 55 outside. I know you guys probably saw that earlier if you were paying attention to that. But yeah, this 125 is pretty much gonna be what it is. I'm gonna let all these fish in here grow out, and since they get along and whatnot. Everyone in this tank is doing fine. I haven't had problems at all, really. I still have the 2 ornates that I got earlier last year. Yep. That's 1, and that is 2. Now what's really crazy is that the ornates caught up with my original bashirs. Like, they are technically the same size right now. And I've had these guys maybe, what, 2 years ahead of them. The ornates, they came in at about the size of my pinky up, and look, it's coming down, and they're already like right next to those guys in length. The ropefish, they're doing fine. They like to just chill and hang out. You know, we don't see much of them. But okay, oh, that's dope. The pike cichlids, they sometimes fight. They, you know, go back and forth with each other. Not any other fish though. They're kind of territorial, I would say, or no, very territorial, just like the geophagus in a way, because they are the earth eater cichlid. I can say one of the many benefits of actually putting them in here, they are keeping my substrate turned over. Therefore, I don't get these like horrible dust clouds building up in my sand. Oh. Coming over to the fish rack in the house, I have a baby bashir. What are you doing? This guy had a hard time in the beginning. He was getting his fins ripped off by the bigger guys. So yeah, I put him in here, got him rehabilitated, and he has his fins and he is healthy. He was a small fry. And this here is a Delezi or Delezi. I'm not sure on the pronunciation of that. My glass is actually kind of foggy. I haven't cleaned it in a while, but this pattern is, you know, super nice. The first time I actually saw it was when I bought it. And so yeah, of course I walked out the store with it that day. Couldn't pass that up. I'm probably gonna move my other bashirs in this tank for the simple fact they love the anacards. They can hide. The water flow is at a good rate. This side is more stagnant for when they like to chill out and just sit still in the foliage. This was originally my plant grow out tank, but all I have now clearly is anacards. And honestly, I'm just letting it do its thing because, I mean, it kind of looks good. I add a little bit of plant fertilizers to this tank because they don't have a substrate bed and they get a ton of light, so I know they need more CO2. So I add that, and they've actually turned out a little better. It's kind of funny because usually They look great in here until I put them and plant them in another tank, and then they just start falling apart. So I feel like I'm better off just letting them stay just like this. Moving down, I got 2 bettas here. There's a half moon king in here, and yeah, I got a bunch of algae I'm fighting right now. He's just chilling right now. There are also some bumblebee gobies in here, but I have no idea where they are right now. I got some other footage I'll probably just roll in there to make up for their absence of not showing up when it's camera time. In here, I have another betta. I actually, switched these around. In my last video when I was talking about bettas, this tank was over here, that tank was over here. But I switched them up because I felt like the cube had more character, and you can kind of view this a lot better, and this wasn't, I don't know. But either way, I feel like the switch up is a lot better as far as viewing aesthetics. I really just got to get back in this tank and do a lot more to it, because clearly the drip wood isn't even set and I haven't done anything to it but switch them around. So I got to get back over here. I'm going down to the shrimp tank. The water's a little tinted right now. I added some almond leaves for tannins. I lost my last dwarf crayfish, guys. That's, not the best of luck, unfortunately. But, things happen. Oh, there's a blue. He's actually making his way. Oh, and he's gone. I tried to get him and zoom in, but got a few cherries in here. Got a few mix-ups in here. There's actually, I believe, 2 yellows, 2 blues, and a black or 2. This brown right here, oh, where is he? I lost him. Okay, yeah, that brown one right there, I want to say that's a mix-up of like red and blue and, whatever else. But I made this little hide for him. I added some more Java moss. Oops. I made a little hide for him. I added some more Java moss. I threw some cholla wood in there. I didn't have that originally. The dwarf sage that's in here came from the betta tank, my favorite one, that is, because I saw how high it was growing and how it was like filling out and carpeting a lot better and kind of pretty much taking up that tank. So I would like for that to do it in here. That way the shrimplets or the shrimp fry have somewhere to hide on top of the Java moss and cholla wood and whatnot. So yeah, I never dealt with my snail problem. I couldn't beat them because, I just can't do anything about it without harming my shrimp. I wanted to drop some yo-yo loaches in here to eat up all the snails. I could have, put some chemicals in here or something like that to hurt them and get rid of them, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to risk knocking off any shrimplets that I didn't see or account for. I could have taken shrimp out, but like I said, shrimp are so small. Look, oh, there's a shrimp fight going on. But yeah, shrimp are so small, and you never know what you're doing until it's too late. I need to get in here and actually siphon out the bottom because all the waste that you see comes from the snails. So yeah, in a way, these guys are pretty much pests. I would say the dead ones add to the calcium in the water. But yeah, guys, this is the last tank I'm actually showing you guys today. So that is it for me. You guys, it's been great. If you made it this far watching these videos, I thank you. It really means a lot. So, stay tuned.